we've got breaking prophecy news that aligns perfectly with what the Holy Spirit told Ezekiel to write in God's holy word. Russia has publicly now said that they stand ready to help Iran. They're just waiting for Iran to say what it actually needs. Now, why does it matter so much to us that Russia stands ready to help Iran in this ongoing conflict in the Middle East? Because, my friends, this is the setup for the battle of Gog and Magog, which is essential to end times prophecy. In Ezekiel chapter 38, we read of this Gog, G-O-G, of the land of Magog. You see, Gog is the ruler and Magog is the nation. It's actually going to be a great group of nations. And God, G-O-D, says in verse 3, give this message, Gog, I am your enemy. I'm going to turn you around and put hooks in your jaws, and I'm going to lead you out with your whole army. Now, this army, as you'll see, includes Persia, right there at the beginning of verse 5. Now, listen, Persia is Iran. As a matter of fact, up until the early 1900s, Iran was known as Persia on a world map. Now we're going to talk more about Russia here, but I want you to look at Ezekiel 38, verse 7 above. God says, get ready, keep all the armies around you mobilized, take command of them, because a long time from now, you're going to be called into action. In the distant future, you're going to swoop down on the land of Israel, and you're going to do it while Israel is enjoying a time of peace from war. After its people have returned from many lands to the mountains of Israel, you and all your allies, which will be a vast army, are going to roll down on them like a storm. Notice what God says in verse 15 up there. He says to Gog, you're going to come from your homeland in the distant north. In the Bible, God always gives directions from Israel, from Jerusalem, his capital city. And so if we look on a map, you can see that there's no country more distant north directly of Israel and Jerusalem than Russia. Look at Moscow straight above. Bible scholars do not dispute that Russia and Iran are a part of this huge army that comes against Israel. Also identified, most likely, are the countries of Turkey and Libya and Sudan. Now, there will be other nations involved, but it seems God has definitely outlined the perimeter of this horde of an army that will come against Israel. The results will not be good for these nations because God says in verse 18 that when Gog invades the land of Israel, his fury will boil over. As described in verses 22 and 23, God is going to punish these nations. He's going to send hailstones, fire, and burning sulfur. And in that way, God's going to show that he is in charge. He's going to make himself known to all the nations of the world so that people know he is the Lord.